Rawr. I have to put my notes in front. Rawr. Game face. Rawr.
All right, we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, folks. Here we are. Should I have reminded people I should have reminded people that we were doing. No, you don't want me to remind everybody?
You can now if you want, but you don't have. I mean,
oh, okay. Oh, look, Cheryl. And so one thing, by the way, already I had to figure out how to do that. I was not planning on it. Friends who are ever recording in the wild. I have a, what do you call it? A camera, right? I have my camera set up. And it's a little bit, as you can see, you see from my hair, it's a little bit windy. So I'm afraid the camera is going to fly. I'm afraid the camera is going to fly away, dude. So I had to, I'm like, ooh, that's why people bring like weighted sandbags.
Yeah.
But who's going to bring a weighted sandbag to make sure their camera doesn't fly away when they're broadcasting live? Right?
Elsie didn't even want to carry a H6. I can't imagine her carrying sandbags.
Hello. Did you see my big giant backpack that I have over here? I mean, and all my stuff is over there. It's like super.
You know, they have these
all the things.
Yeah, they have this thing. It's a foldable, like a milk carton on wheels with a handle. I used to use it when I was in the elevator business.
But I'm walking like a lot, dude. It took me 16 minutes to get here where I am right now from where I was walking fast. So I'm not gonna, at least it was downhill. It will be uphill when I go back. But at least it was downhill.
Uphill both ways.
In the snow, barefoot.
Oh my gosh, seriously. Yeah.
The new I'm afraid I'll tell you what, I took Apple Podcasts completely off my phone. I was so mad at it. I deleted the whole app. Yeah.
Why?
It was terrible. Terrible interface. I hated it. I moved over. I tried it for a week and I said, this, as much as Apple Podcast is a part of and the same with Spotify, you would think they would make the user interface better, and they don't.
Right. Well, I just don't understand why the violence towards the Apple Podcast app, because you could just leave it on the phone, right? I mean, it could just be there. I have so many apps I don't use. Yeah, you don't have to punish the app. You could just not use it.
I'm sorry.
And be passively aggressive to it.
I didn't realize that was aggressive. I just figured I don't want anything that I don't use, I take off my phone for just space, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And also, Leslie,
now I feel bad that I punished the app.
You punished
That's
it.
All right,
cry.
Also, Leslie, I don't know what you're talking about. Did you the new mobile format? I'm not sure what that means, the new mobile format, because I'm not sure what that means. Leslie, are you on iOS 14.6?
It looks a lot
Is
more
that
like
the iOS? Ooh. As of when? Because I've been using it and I guess I don't. You mean the whole follow instead of subscribe? Because that's been a thing for a while now. I have a hard time finding it because we've been covering it, Leslie. Where have you been? Where have you been? Yes, where have you been?
Elsie has banished it to the back of her phone.
Listen,
that's right. I don't even know where it is.
Listeners,
we're not shaming the listeners. No, I'm just saying I don't know like what she was talking about because
she says the format looks a lot more like Spotify.
She updated her phone this morning and it looks totally different.
Yeah, so I believe, Leslie, that this was an update that came out with 14.5. The Apple Podcast update, this one, then it's going to be updated yet one more time because as you know now, like if you click through your episodes inside of Apple Podcast and you look at your individual episode, you're going to see that your show notes, I mean, unless you don't use links in your show notes, they're going to look awful because it doesn't support HTML or hyperlinks anymore. So it's not particularly the best. Oh my gosh, my throat.
All right, so
let's get started.
Let's get started. Okay. All right, everybody ready to record?
Yup.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, press record.
Oh,
Elsie, say
press
hello.
record. Sorry. I forgot to press record. Hold on. I'm pressing record right now. Because you're like, press record. I was like, okay, now I'm pressing record.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Hi,
and
Evo.
Hold on,
Hi,
Jess, say
Evo.
hello. Wait a minute.
Evo.
Yay.
He ready?
Okay.
All right. Here we are.
Oh wow, I'm nervous now.
Oh,
Evo's
why?
here.
Because Evo's in the house? Why
Yeah,
are
I
you
don't wanna
nervous? You
do
can't. You're
anything
not even on screen.
I know. I don't want to do anything stupid.
He's here.
Where's
'cause I
the
saw him
music?
in Arizona? Yeah, where's the music?
All right, give me a second. I'm going to get there.
Where's
I had to
Yeah,
wait for
where's
Elsie to. I had to wait
I
for
know.
Elsie
I forgot to
record.
record.
Here we go.
Forgot to record.
Hello,
Oh,
hello,
yeah.
hello. Welcome to
Oh, my-
She Podcasts.
Why
This
do you
is your
sound like
host.
that?
Jessica Kupferman with me as always. The illustrious
What?
Elsie Escobar.
Oh my God. You sounded like, oh my gosh. Why
and our
are you
producer,
here?
John Q. Jamingo.
I was about to say her bit rate is off.
My bit rate is
Her-
way off, but I'm cool with it.
Oh my God. You know, I've never done that, Jess. I've never done the whole helium balloon thing. I
It
just
gave
never
me a
have.
headache one time. I mean, a real headache.
Are you
So
still?
what you do is, I have a tank because I've been blowing up balloons for Scott's birthday all morning.
Oh, I see.
I
Oh my
sound
God.
funny.
Yes, you do. Holy crap. And yes, Evo has brought the judgment here, but not the helium balloons. Oh my gosh, Jess.
Jess,
What
don't
are
do
you
that.
going to say now?
Way too much.
This is the only one I'm going to do. I just want to finish this one balloon and then we're all done.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So, come on, you have to admit that's funny.
Oh yeah, it was a
I honestly thought that your
just
bit
wanted to
rate was
surprise
off.
you guys.
I was about to say to John, something's wrong with her microphone. Her thing is off. Her settings are off.
I wanted to go along with that and be like, why do you guys sound like that? And make it sound like it was you
Oh.
guys.
See? Then you would have made all the people that were listening feel really awkward and weird. And that's not
Mhm.
good.
I mean, I probably do
So.
that anyway. I'm sure they're used to it from me. So, good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good night. How are you guys?
And happy birthday to your husband, Scott. Happy birthday to
Happy
Scott.
50th birthday to my husband, who is
Yeah.
in his office right now, playing music as loud as possible, drinking
Oh,
coffee,
why?
and pretending to be a teenager.
Oh,
Why
really?
not?
What is he playing?
Yeah. Oh my God, he was playing James Brown and
Oh, good.
Steely Dan and all kinds of stuff this morning. He was
Oh,
rocking out.
fun.
He's
Yeah,
playing old man music.
I
Oh,
mean,
music.
he was probably playing music that reminds him of his dad, if I had to guess.
Aw, I love it. I love it.
I think when you turn 50, at least if you don't have your dad, like you think about your dad when he was 15, what kind of stuff he was doing, and there's like all that comparison and stuff.
Holy
So-
crap.
Yeah. So
We
how's
want to do
everyone
a
doing
catch up,
today?
Jess.
Yeah,
I'm doing
so, all
well.
right.
Should we address? Let's just address first the
Yeah, what you're
elephant in the
doing.
room. I guess for those of you who are listening to this afterwards, you might hear birds in the background or wind or sounds that sound. Might. Well, I don't know what John's going to do with the audio afterwards. He might be like an amazing, genius.
Nah,
But
the birds would
I
be in
am
there. Sorry.
outside.
Mhm.
I will forever be outside from now for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, when we record off and on, because my girls are doing camp and we come into town every Monday. And we didn't have any other time on our schedule for me to record from the studio. So we figured out how to record. I am at a donut shop outside
Mhm.
and I'm using their Wi-Fi. And I have all my gear with me, and I'm standing, I guess, outside. For those of you who are watching us live, you can see where I'm standing, and you can see where I'm doing all the things. So
Yeah.
It's a beautiful backdrop.
that's
I'm gonna say.
Right? I picked a pretty decent spot. I think it's
Yes, you
nice.
did.
It's a
I
very
think
colorful
it's
place.
a nice background. It's a very nice
You know,
background.
I have to
agree.
say that's a difference between men and women. In other words, Elsie picked a really pretty spot, whereas out in stores, guys would have got as close to the Wi-Fi as they could. So, there
How
wouldn't be
dare
any-
you, sir?
I'm just saying that's
How
the first thing I
dare
would have
you
been.
imply that that her priorities are aesthetics and not Wi-Fi?
Am I
It
wrong,
was
Elsie?
Wi-Fi. It was well,
No,
no.
yeah, you're
Yes,
wrong.
you are in both ways. I needed to find a place that had Wi-Fi and that didn't have as many people. It just happened to be really nice looking because in
Oh.
Asheville, there's lots of really pretty things going on all the time. Like the entire mural, you should see the whole thing is painted that pretty. It's really nice all around here. So I should have been right in front. There's a Wonder Woman mural that's across the street here. I have to take
I
a
mean, that
picture,
seems like a missed opportunity for sure.
right? But then the
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
that was a
doesn't
missed
go all the
opportunity.
way.
Yeah.
I will go.
I
You know what?
stand
I'll go
corrected.
show y'all at some point later on. So anyway,
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
given that though, Jessica Kupferman, you have
Mm.
been for the very first time. Should
What are you
we
doing?
have this be like an update? Maybe this can be like a segment of She Podcast Live update because we are going to be talking about SPL for the
Yeah.
very first time in a long time in this way. So
Yeah,
this is a new. Here we go. This is all about She Podcast Live. I know we don't have music for this, but
yeah, we need
maybe
like a jingle.
John will add a little something in between there afterwards. Anyway, so
Live. Okay,
you
so yeah,
were able to fly to Arizona for the very first time. Flying since when's the last time you flew anywhere?
the last time I flew somewhere, I was flying home from Podfest Orlando in 2020.
In March 20.
March
That's me too.
2020,
That
yes.
was the last time I flew
Yep.
too.
The plane was packed. It was packed person to person. Everyone was you mandated to wear a mask. You had to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask in the airport. You have to wear a mask in line. You have to wear a mask on the plane, which I kind of appreciate. However, Arizona is a mask optional state, which at first was kind of scary. But then you know what? Like because I'm vaccinated, I kind of relaxed. Like it's I think if it had happened here, I wouldn't have relaxed. But because I was somewhere else, it was almost like I was following the rules of the new country that I was in and no one else was really wearing them. So I didn't wear them, but also I'm vaccinated. So I don't necessarily need to wear them. Does that make sense? So I didn't wear a mask while I was in Arizona. And another reason why is because it is oppressively hot there right now. It was 100 and cough degrees, which you don't really, I mean, you feel it in the sense that you've just walked into an oven and someone's trying to bake you, but you don't feel it in the sense that like I got home here, 70-degree weather. The moment I stepped outside of the airport, I was sweating, pouring sweat from my head. Whereas like in Arizona, like I didn't sweat. I mean, not a lot. I sweat during, I'll explain why, but like for the most part, I didn't sweat. I also spent a lot of time in the water at the pool. So I got there at about 1 p.m. Arizona time, which right now is Pacific because they don't do daylight savings. Normally it's mountain time. Right now it's Pacific time. So and then I met my team waited for me. So I guess I should sort of introduce my team. Oh my god. So Evo. Oh yeah, I did meet Evo. I did fly just to meet Evo.
Yes, you did.
It was 100.
We all would fly just to meet Evo. I mean, Evo Terra is a celebrity.
You haven't seen him in a while. He looks great. I think the pandemic has done him a lot of good, actually.
Oh my God. Did he not look great before? Is this
but now he's got this long silvery hair with like a curly bottoms, and he was wearing like a safari hat. He was very cute. But yeah, he didn't always look great before, but this was this grown out hippie hipster look looked good on him, I think. Maybe he's gonna say that's already his look, but anyway, so I got there around 1, and my team was waiting for me. So here's who I went to Arizona with. Jennifer Follick Rains, who is the director of our events or this event. And she's also my friend that I went to summer camp with many years ago. We've worked together on and off on various projects since we graduated college. And then she chose her dream team to work with. So it's like I chose her as the ultimate person I'd want to work with. and then she chose her dream team. So the first person she chose was Jack Woods, who she used to work with at a company called Imagination, and they did Imagine. You should see me with pants that have gigantic legs. I don't know what that means. Is it
Evo's
because he
chatting.
has small legs, or is it because the pants
I don't
have
know.
small legs?
Evo's
Anyway,
chatting Jessica with
I'm
the
not sure what he means by that.
chat.
But anyway, so Jack Woods is non-binary, and they used to work with Jennifer in New York City. It's been great having Jack on the team because they've been able to suggest all these really cool influencers and ways of like, I don't know, like just it's nice to have someone that can keep those things top of mind so that we can continue to, our initiative of making sure that we're that our diversity clause is in effect all the time. So I love knowing about the talent that they know. I love um seeing the anyway Jack is also extremely creative. She does not care what pronouns you use. So if I use a bunch, just know that I'm not insulting her. So Jack used to work at the Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia, designing sets for operas. So I think we're going to have a pretty neat looking stage. And then Melissa's from Long Island, where Joey Buttafuoco's from, and she fully talks just like them. So her last name is it's Belfiore, Belfiore, but she says Belfiore.
Of course she does.
Belfiore. So anyway, so Melissa was there. She and Jen used to work together at American Express, and she's an event planner also, but she is like the person who's going to be doing speaker contact and speaker reach out, and she's going to organize all that stuff. So you'll get to know all of them relatively soon, I have no doubt. So Melissa and Jack came in first. We had lunch by the pool, which was technically our dinner. And then we just like pool hopped for the rest of the day. So we went to the main pool, then there was like an above level pool. Then we went to the pool near our condos. I think the pools are heated. Maybe Evo can tell me whether or not they're heated or not, because there comes a point where even though it's 100 degrees outside, you're in the pool. If a breeze blows, you're freezing your butt off. And I think it's because the pools are heated. So it doesn't matter what temperature the air is. But I'm not positive about that. It could just be that it was.
I don't
warm 'cause
know.
it's
I mean,
Arizona.
would you think that the pool is heated? I'm not sure that. Like maybe it's just the sun heats the pool.
I mean, you would think that. So I'm not sure. I don't
Right?
know. All I know is it was a very strange sensation of being so hot you had to get in the water, and then once you're in the water, if you pull your shoulders up out of the water, you're freezing your bloomers off. It was weird. Just an observation. So then we go to bed. Jennifer drives from Sedona the next day. She was on vacation in Sedona, so she got dropped off at the Scottsdale Plaza Hotel, and then listen to him sighing. So Evo sighs and says, "No, it's called evaporative cooling." Oh, so so he explained all this to Jennifer and Jack and Melissa. I was zoning out when he was explaining this, I'm sure.
As you do.
As I do. So okay, sorry, Evo. So the next day, Jen comes in, we meet for breakfast, and then we go on a tour of the facility at 12. That was probably the dumbest decision ever, because it was
Why?
12. Because the property, okay, when you're in the property, it's not like a normal place that you would have a conference. You can see, okay, you walk into the lobby, and to the right, there are some breakout rooms. To the left, there's the ballroom, the foyer of the ballroom, a little like resting place, a couple breakout rooms. And then you go outside. So you go outside, and then the whole property is sort of like a circle. So you go outside, and then, I mean, I can't even remember the order of things that we ran into, but like we ran into a courtyard, and there was a little cactus garden, and there was a little prayer area, and there was like as we go around the circle, you're seeing all this stuff, like all different places where you can have parties, all different places where sponsors can have meetups, all different places where you can do sessions if you want to, that need to be done outside or that we want to have outside, little places to have cocktail parties. It's such a lovely grounds. Like the grounds are lovely, and you can just envision all the different things you can have there. And so this tour is when Jack and Jennifer like really, like I could tell that the whole point was for them to see the place, but like I could tell their wheels were turning incessantly because we would walk up to a space and they would instantly be like, so we can put that thing over here and then we can put that over there. Well, let's see what they say about this. I don't know about this.
It's like it's like they're gossiping about the space. They're like, this is that wall that was so hurtful to that other one.
I mean, I've only given them 4 things that we're doing. Everything else is up for grabs. And even those things technically are up for grabs. Like if something else works better than the things that you and I have decided we wanted to do, depending on what it is, we'll do it. So there's lots of different places. I mean, you know, like if for example, if we're having a pajama party, we could have it inside of the ballroom. We could also have it outside with a big what's that thing called? A screen and a projector. So it just depends. There's lots of places we could do both. And then like, I know that Jack was like, where are we putting pretty furniture and where are we putting, you know, this party and that party and where are we having hors d'oeuvres and cocktails? Then we got to see like one of each room, like one of each version of the room. They have a regular suite, which is a king or 2 doubles, and that you can either be on the top level or the bottom level. Then they have bi-level suites, which is like you walk in and there's a couch and a little dining room and a bathroom and like not a kitchen. It's like a microwave and a fridge. And then you wind upstairs and your bedroom's upstairs, which is kind of neat. It's neat to have the extra space because like at first I was just like, well, I'm just going to be in my bed. I just like working in my bed in my hotel room. I don't even need the downstairs. And after a while I was like, yeah, but why don't I just go downstairs though? It's just dumb. If you have a downstairs, you should go downstairs. And both the top and the bottom have a balcony. So you can sit outside.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You know, before bed, you can sit outside when you just first get in. Go ahead.
No, so I had a question. I'm having one of my other BFFs coming to She Podcast Live. I have my other Michelle coming, not the Michelle you met, the other Michelle, the blonde Michelle. The other Michelle is coming. I have 2 Michelles. And so she just texted me right as we were talking. But she booked her hotel. I made her do it through our website, but she had a question. Good. She said that when she did that, she only had a choice for double beds. Is there a way for her?
No.
She ended up, I believe what she did is she called the hotel to make sure that she said she was attending our event, but she didn't want double bed. She wanted, there she is. Look, she's in the chat on YouTube.
Yay.
Say hello to Eva. Say meet Michelle, my other BFF, and say hi to Evo, Michelle, meet each other. Awesome people. so yeah, me, Michelle, she's saying. Anyway, but she did book her room. So there shouldn't be a problem. She was just trying to figure out how come I'm getting double beds, or I don't want that room. I want the one with one bed and stuff. So
yeah, I just sent a note to Jen. That should not be happening. If anything like that does happen, can you guys just email, this is for anyone listening, jess@shepodcast.com, because it's really important that you're able to book during the dates that you want, during our event, before and after, and that you can choose, different types of rooms. That's really important. It says it shows up as one kind of room and you're getting a discount. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It should not show up as one kind of room because we have run of house. Run of house means you should be able to do suites and bi-levels and regular. That's crazy town. I'll look into it. Mommy! Elsie's whole life is on this show right now. How about that? She's got her best friend from high school. She's got her mom. Everybody's here.
Well, I know. Hi, Michelle. I know.
It's a party going on.
Yeah, but this is not, mind you, Michelle and I met barefoot, not like when we were waiting tables together. We waited tables together for 10 years, did we not, Michelle Carr? So not high school. No. This was like the LA times. This is the Hollywood times. And my mom knows Michelle because, well,
Right.
Anyway, my whole life is in the chat.
Right now, yes. Except for Randy. Randy's missing. That's it.
Yeah.
And your kids.
Randy's missing.
If Randy shows up in the chat, I'm just shutting off the stream.
That would be crazy.
No, there shouldn't be a lottery drawing though. That's unacceptable. They should just let you book what you want. I see what she's saying. John, you can edit that part out if you want. So anyway, so during the tour, I thought I was going to pass out from heat exhaustion. I'm surprised I don't have a heat rash. I don't know how people live there. I don't recommend that anyone in the summer be out of air conditioning or a pool for longer than 10 minutes The other problem with this, though, especially for me, and maybe you're not like me, for whatever reason, I only sweat from the shoulders up. The rest of my body is fully
What?
dry. I don't sweat under my arms. My boobs don't sweat. My
That
back doesn't sweat. Some people are
your
very sweaty
boobs, that's a
people.
lie. That is a
It's
lie.
not a lie. It
Underneath your
runs
boobs,
from my
you don't have
face to my
sweat.
chin. It drips into the boobs. My boobs aren't sweating. It's just a horrible wet mess that gets all over, starting with the eyebrows and the mustache, which I do not have. But it starts up here, and then it drips into my eyes, and then I start wiping my eyes because it's salty and stingy, and then it just starts running down my face into my boobs. It's so weird. I would wonder, like, what would happen. They do have face deodorant. It's called Face Saver. But where would it go if I cover my face in like antiperspirant? I hesitate to think where it would actually come out. It's horrifying. But my ears would start leaking or something.
So
It would
about
be
this hotel,
Oh, that's disgusting.
Back to the hotel. So yes, it was extremely hot. There's really cool foliage there. Look, the flowers and cactus is so pretty. Anyway, so we do the tour, and then we regroup in a pool, of course, and that's where we meet Evo. So Evo came sauntering, and we invited him to come over and hang out. So Evo comes in, and we were all sitting at the main pool, like in chairs in a row, and then we went for a swim, and then we had some drinks. I'd love to know what he thought of the space, but it's probably hard because he is on YouTube comment right now. But and I know he didn't see very much of this space, but hell, he saw the pool, and that's what matters. And also what he thought of my team. I'd love to. I mean, I don't know if you want, we can invite him on for a minute, but I can just text him like a.
I don't know
link.
if he's on. Is he able to even? No, he would have to get the StreamYard link for him to come on, not the
totally up to
YouTube.
you
You know, we
guys.
can't just drag him on.
No, I
It's,
know.
hey,
He'd have to
you
get the
can send
StreamYard.
it to him, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just all right. Let me see if I
But-
can send it to him. Hold on. Where's Evo? Evo.
nice
Okay.
peeps. He said, Evo said, nice peeps. Now, mind you, he has to consent to be read. You know, we'd be running around like crazy. He's not like Holly. Remember Holly when she was on? She was like in the middle of the floor. She just finished her
What?
workout. She just put the phone down. She's like this.
Evo, I think
So-
Evo is a big boy, and if he doesn't want to come on, he won't. But he's
right,
invited. You're
cool.
invited to come on and talk to us about it if you want, and just give us your perception. I was really happy that I went back because I realized once I was there that I knew enough about the place to book it for our event. But I was probably there for like 6 hours. I flew in, I took a look at the property, and I flew out the next day. And it was Christmas. So it wasn't very
Totally
busy.
different vibe.
Yeah, totally different vibe. Lots of extra lights and there was a lot going on that I don't know that it would be the same. And then, it wasn't full because it was like a because we were there for about a week during the week. So
What's up, ladies?
Hi, Evo.
Hello.
How are
Hello,
you?
Oh, there's Sheila,
Evo.
too.
You're so kind to show up. Hi, Sheila.
You know what? Sheila says I can't
Oh,
do
look
this
at this.
because she's getting on a conference call in 2 minutes. So,
Oh, crap.
hi, ladies. Nice to
Oh,
see you, but
okay.
she needs it. So
Hi.
she wins. The space is lovely. Everybody
Oh.
come out to Arizona. Jess is a wimp. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
I mean, thank God he got that in there.
Well, that was perfect. See that? Of course. Yes.
It's a lovely
sure.
space.
So he came on
It
and
is.
that's great. I am so happy. So, okay. So what is your feeling like inside visioning it? How do you feel it's going to like lay out? Are people going to be, go? So what you conveyed to me before is that this isn't like you go inside and then you're just in this one conference the entire time, that there's an ability, like even if you're going from place to place, you have to go outside to go to the next thing possibly. Is that going to be a thing?
I think the breakouts are going to be under all one roof, but we are going to have lounges, charging stations, photo booths, and stuff outside. I think we're also going to take part of the ballroom for the bazaar. So we don't necessarily have to just use the foyer in front of the ballroom. We can also have it wrap around into part of the ballroom. We were thinking of making the bazaar sort of like a Marrakesh, Southwestern, I don't want to say flea market because it's a bazaar. What's the difference between a bazaar and a flea market? I mean, they're kind
You're
of the same,
asking
right?
the wrong person. I barely know what certain words are, let alone the difference.
You know what a bazaar
I don't even
is?
use the right word. Well, I know what a bazaar is, yeah, but it's like it's not a flea market. I know what a bazaar is. It's not a flea market, is all I can say. A flea market feels a
markets-
lot
okay,
more.
I think I found it.
Bazaar has more of
Okay.
a feel of like it has a
Bazaar-
feel to it.
Yeah,
It's-
bazaar can mean many things depending on the country. It usually is a market that sells goods, including food, spices, household items. In the Western countries, the term is used to refer to a flea market that sells a bunch of stuff. So here in America, it's usually the same thing. Elsewhere, flea markets can be open or closed that allow people to sell like their clothes and goods and merchandise. So I guess a bazaar is more food, which actually fits because
is
what
it
we
really? Is the bazaar more food?
food?
I
It's
don't
more
think so.
food, more food leaning. But that's okay because one of the reasons we wanted to have a bit of a bazaar is so that our booths had something for the attendees to put in a bag and nourish themselves later, like granola bars and apples and water and other little treats. That's what we wanted at our booths anyway. So I think that fits. Either way, it fits. And they were talking about tapestries and pillows and, building all kinds of fun little structures and stuff. And like Jack was walking around, like taking measurements of all the rooms and stuff. So yeah, so
I
everything
love it. Hey, before you continue, can I stop you for a moment and let you know here what a bazaar, because I Googled it. So a flea market is a large open air market where people come to buy and sell a variety of goods. Bazaars have a more authentic Middle Eastern look and feel to it. But the purpose of a bazaar and a flea market are the same. Flea markets are also open or closed markets that allow people to buy and sell goods and merchandise. So yeah, nothing to do with food, dude. Nothing to do with food. So, oh, look at that.
Okay, so what
So
I
newbie
read,
here,
I
first
read what
time
it said to
commenter.
you.
Book a room,
Okay,
book a room, book a room.
Deciding if I should book a room or just an Airbnb. I would book a room because our property is on 40 acres. And so I mean,
Yeah,
yes, what's that?
Experience is going to be after the show and all that. You don't want to be back in an Airbnb where there's nobody around because you're going to hang out with all these great people in all these different places. I say book a room.
Yeah, I say book a room. Always book a room if you can, if it's the same price, even if it's not the same price, because you want to be able to like, listen, there's 5 swimming pools and they're open 24 hours a day. And
No way.
Yes. And there's a phone at each pool. And I think this is all, there's a phone at each pool. And all you do is pick it up and say, I'd like 2 Tito's and lemonades and 4 pina coladas. And then you put it down and then it shows up 15 minutes later.
Wait, what's a Tito and lemonade? That's amazing.
Tito's
Jess.
vodka.
That's crazy.
This was Melissa's drink.
Okay.
Tito's and lemonade it's a lemonade and vodka, but I'm telling you, in both cases, you could not taste the alcohol, but boy, could you feel it later. Anyway,
I'm sure.
So,
yeah.
So I had lots of pina coladas and lots of Tito's and lemonade. But yeah, it's open all the time. So we were getting drinks served to us. I think maybe they did a last call around 1 a.m. Maybe. But yeah, so it's that kind of experience of being, and also when we're there in the fall, they have fire pits too, and lots of them, like a group, like a smattering of fire pits with chairs around them, which would be really nice to facilitate conversation with people who are at the event. It's going to be really nice. Also, I will say that yes, it's on 40 acres, but this is something I didn't know before. They have a golf cart fleet. And if you don't want to,
oh my gosh,
if you don't want to walk from your room to the lobby or vice versa, you just call and say, I need a ride to the lobby, and they'll just come zipping around and pick you up and take you wherever you want to go.
No way, but you can't drive yourself.
No, you can't drive yourself, but you call and get a ride.
Right. It's a Uber cart kind of, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing this place is missing is a papusa truck.
Oh, yes. We're going to get pupusas.
Okay, so Evo says book a room. The hotel is in a strange spot of Phoenix, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley. There isn't anything within walking distance of the resort. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, across the street, there's like a little strip mall, but you can't really cross the street because it's a huge highway. You can see it, but you can't cross it.
Right.
Here's the
Yeah.
big question: where is the Whole Foods at? How far away is
I
that?
was just gonna say that. I was
I know, it's
just
in your
gonna
mind.
say that. Where's the Whole Foods, Evo? You're gonna have to hook me up, or the
I
local
have not.
co-op. I
I
do
have
know where
not
the
mapped the
co-op
Whole
is in
Foods.
Scottsdale. Boo Boo
Yeah,
says, see, yes, I
I
do
have not mapped
know.
the Whole Foods. I'm sorry to say.
In Scottsdale, I know where Scottsdale, the co-op at Scottsdale is. I know where the Whole Foods that's in Scottsdale is.
Good.
Yeah, for sure. But not
Okay,
that's
so then you
did
should
you
be
know
all
that
set.
Scottsdale, Arizona is where Randy and I
No, I
met
had no
for the
idea.
very first time. We
No,
met in Scottsdale for the very first time. Yep.
did you
Yes.
instantly go to Whole Foods?
We went to the local co-op. We used to walk to the local co-op at Scottsdale because I was doing a
Wow.
show at the Arizona Theater Center. And so then we would walk over to the co-op and we would get coconut popsicles.
Wow, that's pretty
So-
exciting.
I
If anybody
know.
Really
goes to
Oh my
popsicles,
God.
How
you
adorable.
know
So
it's
while
love
I
at
was
first sight.
there, I like had 3 really, really, really good sponsorship calls, and I think we now have like I have one of them sniffing around a party. I have one of them sniffing around like a branded art installation, and one of them looking at doing like sponsoring a meetup, and also a photo booth, and also a lounge. that
So
we'll have, like,
awesome.
VIP room. Yeah, so we're
So
getting our
sweet.
sponsors are starting to
materialize.
yeah, that's a good word. Materialize. I was going to say they're starting to come into focus. Yeah, materialize, basically the same.
Right. It's
Um,
more like it's more concrete. It feels to me, but there's no word to do that. Like more concrete
Mhm.
stuff versus like
Yeah.
maybe or they're coming some, but you don't know exactly what the thing is. So yeah.
Yeah, true. But at least now we have a very good idea of being able to say, okay, they want to do this. Well, we could put it here, but this is over here, but this is over here. So I'm really glad we went. We had food at all the restaurants. There's a breakfast place that closes at 11, and then there's JD's Lounge, which is sort of like a sports bar inside, and then Cafe Cabana, which is the pool place outside. And the food was really good in all 3 places. We had all different kinds
And there's
of
food
stuff.
outside in the pool, by the pool, like in the
Yeah, by the
like you
pool.
can
Yep.
go and eat. And you're
Burger
okay.
and Turkey Club and
Okay.
wings, fries,
Sweet.
salt chips and salsa, and they have the really thin kind of tortilla chips. I love those the most.
Yeah,
Um,
look. Hello, Bonnie. So nice to see you, Miss Bonnie. Yay. Look, does she have little horns on her head?
Yeah, I think so. Either
Or
that
no,
or
there's
those
a
are some weird
is
hair
that?
clips. Evil also hooked me up with some really cool podcasters that live in Arizona, that work in Arizona. So I'm gonna check them out and get to know them a little bit and see if they can come to the event or possibly speak at the
So
event.
nice.
Yeah, it was really nice to be there. I mean, I almost wish we had a little more time because I would be like especially Jack, because she was just like, it would be nice to be able to meet AV companies and photographers, and like we can't really stay there long enough to set up a meeting with every vendor that we really need or want. We didn't really get time to check out the downtown and see what people we would want to partner with for anything really. So that
Right.
part's hard. Yeah, it kind of makes me
Sorry,
it kinda
Bonnie.
does make me go ahead. It makes
Bonnie
me
doesn't have.
I just
horns.
said sorry, Bonnie, because she said she doesn't have horns. I'm sorry. So Bonnie doesn't have horns. I think she has some. We the little picture, Bonnie, is so small that I can't tell what it is. So that's all I'm saying. It looked like little tiny. Maybe it's headphones. So anyway, continue, Jess. I'm sorry to interrupt.
so it really makes me understand why people like Chris does Podfest in the same place every time, because you can interview and check out and go look and have meetings, and like when we hop cities, it's really hard to do that. Like I'd love to know how many times Dan and Jared visit a city before and during their planning time to see, first they got to check out all the cities to see where they want to have it, and then once they know where they want to have it, how many times do they go to the hotel, check it out, have meeting, you know what I mean? Like I'd love to know, like if they have a protocol I love the word protocol, and I know you love protocols as well.
Who doesn't love a good protocol?
Everyone should love protocol. So yeah, so so what kind of questions? Oh no, I have to get the phone. I'm so
Do we
sorry.
have-
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Hold
Oh
on.
no. What is happening?
Hello.
Holy cow. Does anybody have any questions? Maybe she could put herself on. Oh, good. She put herself on mute. This is fantastic. So she actually did.
I muted her.
Oh, you
I
put
did
her
it.
on mute.
Of course. I'm producing
All right,
over
well,
here.
good.
I'm doing my jobs.
That's right. Does anybody have any questions while Jess is on the phone?
I have a question.
Let's see. Okay,
Oh,
John,
so
you have a question.
my question is, will there be a spot for like, the booths for technical stuff like, will Rode come in with mics and the Rodecaster Pro stuff?
Oh, yeah. We're doing our best to get some of that stuff there for sure, because that's one of the things that everybody really loved before. Like, Buzzsprout had their little booth, then there was like a couple of other places that had microphones ready. There was that. What was that, Jess? Do you remember Jess, for She Podcast Live? There was another booth, not the Buzzsprout booth, not the other stuff, but there was one in the hall, not in the hallway, but there was another woman there set up with 3 microphones that also did some recording stuff. Who was that? She was
Molly Ruland, Heartcast Media.
Okay, yeah. So then that was there was somebody there as well. So we have had that there. John just asked if we're going to have any of the gear, of the podcasting gear for people to test out and stuff like that.
Heil will be there. Heil, I believe, will be there.
Heil microphones will be there. And Bonnie is asking, did I hear you having a pajama party? And this would be correct.
Yes,
We are having a pajama party. And we don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet, but
there will be a similar dance party as well. Like an introvert extrovert.
Oh, what's the transport?
Cool.
We love that.
We got an Uber. You walk right out of the baggage claim and the taxis are right there. You can take a taxi, you can take an Uber. If you want, I can look how much it costs because I don't remember. We did not pay for transportation or shuttles or anything like that. There's no sometimes events get transportation, like they pay I don't know, a couple $1,000s to have a company round people up and take them to the hotel back and forth, but we haven't done that at this time. You just get an Uber or a cab. It's not far. It's about 15 minutes. And yes, there will be another dance
That's
party.
all so good.
Probably the closing night will have what you're talking about. There's so I forgot to tell you, like the courtyards and stuff. There's also a big party tent that's like lit up on the inside. That kind of like steps down into an outdoor space, which is probably used for weddings. Like you put the food in the tent and then you put the people outside the tent. But yeah, so I'm thinking it would probably be there, like the dance party, because it looks like there's spots for DJs and stuff.
Cool. Oh, nice.
This is so cool. Lots of questions about She Podcast Live, which
I love that. It's so, yeah. It's like, what about the wind? Because I was just thinking about, and if it's like, if there's something like you said, like a top, something covered, a tent or something out there, would the wind be an issue? I don't know how windy it is in there.
Yeah. So like we asked the people, like, what's the weather like in October? And she said, it can be pretty hot, but the nights are mild. And then Jen was like, does it rain? Sometimes. Is there wind? Sometimes. Like, it's not like
I guess that's like everywhere though. I mean, we can't really say.
It's not like San Diego where the weather is always thumbs up. Like there's a chance of that stuff. But when I asked Evo about it, he was like, that's never going to happen. He said it was like usually hot during the day and not really a lot of rain there, which I thought was, good to know. I don't know. I think Jen is sensitive to the wind because it sounds like one of the larger events that she did in her career. Like at the moment they had everything set up, a tropical storm came and ruined it.
Jeez.
Oh,
that's
no.
So I'm sure she has some sensitivity to that.
Yeah. And because that would be, that's the hardest part. I think,
especially if it's like a $2 million event. Imagine a $2 million event with like ice sculptures and friggin' Ralph Lauren table. I don't even know. I don't know because she didn't tell me, but I'm just guessing. It was some crazy crap and like it all got blown away the moment it was done. That sounds. I would have been
good.
Yeah, I would have been devastated. So we can have, but we have lots of places to have Plan B, so that's good.
I think that's those. Most of the things, at least from Michelle's point of view, she was just asking about food. She's very food oriented. She was like, as long as there's food, I'm good.
So
when it,
there is
Yeah.
food available at all times, whether or not it's paid for or not. You can. I would, at this moment in time, I would assume you will be responsible for your own food. If we can get sponsors to help us with breakfast, snacks, lunch, then of course we will. But anytime you go to a conference, especially a podcasting conference, you can just assume that that I'll always have it where food is readily available, but I may not always be able to pay for it. Like Podcast Movement is on their 6th, 7th, 8th year, and food is available, but they've never given it to us, I don't think. Do you recall ever having a lunch
Right.
there or breakfast? Maybe breakfast.
No, but mind you, I always buy my own stuff, so I don't.
I mean,
ever
yeah. How would you
recall
know? Good
having
point.
lunch
Touche.
provided for me? Yeah, no, but I don't think I have had anybody give me any. I don't remember that either. Like where it was like, I think that sometimes they'll lay some of the food out, or maybe some of the VIP rooms where they have snacks and things like that. That's something that happens. But this question here from Crafty Thrifter, she's asking, making, her packing list. She has dancing shoes and PJs. What else should she add?
Bathing suit, sunscreen.
Oh, yeah, bathing suit, something for you to swim in. Yeah,
sunscreen for sure. I would say layer
comfortable
because,
shoes.
Comfortable shoes, but also, if you wanted to do sundresses, or I mean, for me, if it's it's hard to tell you between shorts and pants. So because I can't tell, I would pick sundresses, and then you can just, if you're cold, put a shawl over you or some kind of wrap over you, because the air conditioning is going to be blasting because there's so many people in the room. So
Yeah.
it will be cold.
And also, so for everybody, like in the same way that Jess was saying, a little shawl, if you are like me, you need a sweatshirt or a sweater. Because if you're going to be in their air conditioner and I am incredibly susceptible to air conditioning, which means that I end up being really, really cold. So I would actually have more of a sweatshirt or something like that. I mean, even when we go to Florida, when I have to be at the booth all day long, I actually wear little fingerless gloves and a sweatshirt and a thing around my neck, because it gets so cold when you're just standing there forever. Mind you, that's me. So if you suffer from being cold, just be prepared for it. Leg warmer. See, Michelle knows me so well. She knows. I wear my leg warmers everywhere all the time. And what was the other thing that I was just going to say? There was something. Oh, comfortable shoes. You have to have stuff that you're able to walk quickly with. And that's what I would assume. Comfy shoes, sandals, or
luckily
or tennis shoes if you want.
Sneakers and dresses is all the thing this year, so you'll be comfortable and stylish. But yeah, I mean, definitely I would say sneakers or sandals. I wouldn't wear flip-flops the whole time, but I would have pool shoes. I will have shoes because I'll tell you what, you can't walk from a chair to the actual water without burning your tootsies off, baby. I mean,
that's right.
I've never felt hotter. I've never felt hotter cement in my life.
Good.
Yes, there's a
call.
gym. There's
workout clothes. That's right.
A spa. There's also a spa. There's also lots of places to hike. So if you're into hiking, I would take hiking gear, hiking shoes. Because there's a trolley that takes you downtown Scottsdale, and it will also take you to Camelback Mountain, so you can go, hiking and trail and walking and stuff like that. So
very nice.
So now all we have to do, Elsie, is pick our speakers, get our lineup together, and start telling people and inviting people to speak. We got to do that. We got to chop on that, baby.
Chop on that, baby, and we'll let y'all know, and it'll be so exciting. And I'm now, John, whenever you get this my track, you're going to hear all the wind, because I've been trying to mute myself so that you don't hear as much of the wind. And good, because there's a lot of wind. And if you don't hear very much wind on my track, then I'm really impressed with the Q2U, because that's what I'm using to be here, is the Samsung Q2U. So yeah, and people seem to be really excited. We are really excited for this entire thing now. And now that people are planning for podcast movement, I'm not going to be attending podcast movement this year because I want to be at She Podcast Live for as long as possible. And that's just going to take me out. And also, in all honesty, we have made a choice family-wise that we're not going to be flying all the time. So the least amount of flying that I could possibly do is good. And having one good flight is great versus let's just go fly to all the different places. And if I was at that time, if I was at home, like in North Carolina, we could have driven to Nashville, but weirdly enough, we're going to be in Pittsburgh. So it's not going to be that easy.
Are you driving from
look at that.
Pittsburgh to Arizona? Is that what you're telling me right now?
I'm not sure if that's what we're doing. I might fly. They might drive. I don't know. So we'll see.
I mean, it's not like you have to spend the money because She Podcast is going to pay for your ticket, obviously, to fly.
Right. So I'm not sure. It really depends on it's the flying aspect of it that is what we're thinking about, which is really the reason I'm not going to podcast movement is because of the flight.
But can't you drive to Nashville?
Flying.
How far is Nashville from you? It can't be that far.
Did you not hear what Did you not hear what I just said, dude?
Yes,
if we
I
were
did.
in North Carolina, we could drive to Nashville. But I'm going to be in Pittsburgh when podcast movement is happening. So there's no reason for me to drive.
Okay, I thought you were saying that about She Podcast Live. Sorry.
No. So then we're not going to be in Pittsburgh and then drive to we'll be coming home. So I'm just happening to be in Pittsburgh during podcast movement. So if not, I would have gotten there.
Right,
I would have driven.
Yeah.
Yes, we would have
that's
driven to
crazy.
Nashville. So, so it just makes no sense. And I don't want to fly out from Pittsburgh.
But just so you know, in
back.
Nashville, She Podcast is hosting the women's meet networking event. So if you are going to Nashville, check that out because we're going to have some goodies for you, and we're going to be sponsoring the networking event in Nashville. It's going to be really fun. Anyone else have any questions about the event, about
questions
Arizona?
about that? Anybody else? I don't think I didn't really want to add any kind of news in here where there's something we can discuss at another time. But then the other thing is, for those of you who are listening again, when we started recording here, I really was just talking about the setup that I had here. I don't know what those of you who are watching think of the setup or what it sounds like in your ears. And for those of you who are listening after this episode goes out, I'd be curious for you to know what this sounds like and for us to be able to let you know that you can really record almost anywhere. And at this point in time, I'm using a Samsung Q2U that I'm holding close to my mouth. It's a dynamic microphone. It's a USB microphone that's just attached to my MacBook Air. I have an M1 MacBook Air. I have a Logitech C920 that is also going into the computer, which is what I'm looking at right now. And I think that's it. I mean, that's really all I'm doing. That's special.
And what are you recording into?
And
we record our audio.
I'm recording into the computer right now. I'm recording into Amadeus Pro, which is my choice. I love Amadeus. I love Amadeus Pro, but I also have a backup recording going into Audio Hijack because I don't like it's, Amadeus has stopped recording on me before. So I've got both of those things recording at the same time. So I am having a backup there. And then John is going to put all of this together in post. So we're not using the audio that you are hearing right now for those of you who are watching the live stream, but he's going to clean it up, cut things up, make it sound real nice and all of that stuff afterwards. Because, and of course you'll hear the birds and all that kind of stuff. So so far it seems like it's going all right. I don't want to jinx it. So
hey, listen, I'm liking the birds. It adds a little ambiance to the episode.
Some ambiance. Yeah. So ambiance.
I think that's French.
It is good. It is good. That's it. So if y'all have any questions about Recording in the Wild or She
That's it,
Podcast
y'all.
Live, you can ask us. You can ask us. You can also send us some feedback. You can always email or ask feedback at shepodcast.com. And we
Yep.
will even play it on the show or
Yep.
feature you on here so that folks can see who you are. So I'm really excited by all of the good things. This is so great. It feels like summer now. It feels like very exciting. I like it.
Yes,
We're getting
I
ready.
love it. I'm super excited. Same.
And here's a
So
little tip if you're wondering if you're going to go out and do something different. You should ask somebody before you do the recording on tell them what you're going to do and then have them like hash it out with you, because I've had a couple clients change things up and then send me the audio and it's a poo poo caca and I'm like,
Oh.
ooh, maybe
Wow.
okay. So then we talk about it because I kind of am a podcast whisperer when it comes to where you're going, what do you have, and what are you going to use? And then I can see what you have, what you're going to use, and give you the kind of best setup that would make your sound quality better. So, just kick it around with your podcast besties and hash it out before you go and do something and lose an episode because you can't hear it. One person put the phone down in the car and drove for an hour and talked with the radio down low.
Mhm.
And I was like,
Oh
"The
my
radio- why did you turn the
God.
radio off?" I mean, I could hear the radio more than I could hear them. So I said, "Yeah, we can't use this." And they're
Well,
like, "Oh, it was
yeah.
such a good
That's
interview."
kind of dumb.
Well, it
Yeah.
happens.
Oh my God. Give me a break.
Nobody thinks.
Also, John was very kind enough to give me some time to set this up. So it's not like I just decided to like wing it right now. So we did do a little bit of prep time. We kind of tested some speeds and whatnot, and it seemed to be doing good. So I'm very excited that I'm able to do this and we can continue to do it at this time. And we love it. We love it. Yay.
Yay.
All right. Do you think we've covered all the things, y'all?
I think for this time we've covered all the things. So let's do it.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for listening
Let's do
to Lady Business Radio. If you want to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you can find
Lady
us at
Business
She
Radio,
Podcast.
really?
God damn it. I can't believe I did that again.
I thought
What
I
is
thought it
wrong
was a
with
You were so
joke.
serious about lady business. You
I thought it
have
was a
lady
joke.
business on the brain.
I don't know
You have
why.
lady business on the brain.
What is wrong with it? I swear to
Yes,
God, I
you
have brain
do.
damage. I swear to God, I'm brain damaged. Okay, thank you so much for listening to She Podcasts, not Lady Business Radio. Thank you so much for listening to She Podcast. If you want to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you can find us at She Podcast. You can also find our show notes and every link that we talked about today at shepodcast.com. And also, as Elsie said, you can send us feedback at shepodcast.com. Check out our live event, shepodcast.com live. It's coming up this October. Don't miss it. And then also, if you want to join our membership, it's kicking some butt. supersquad.shepodcast.com. Thank you guys so much again for watching, listening, and loving us. We love you.
Mean
Love you.
it. Mean it.
Bye. I can't believe I said Lady Business Radio. What is wrong with me? What is
You
wrong
were
with
so
me?
serious. I thought you were
No, I
joking,
wasn't
but you were
kidding.
like
No,
super
no.
not. You were like so
I did
serious
not
about
even
it.
know
was
I
like,
said
Jesus.
it until you said I said it.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
Welcome to
doing
my
that.
brain. Welcome to
Oh,
my brain. I do
can't
stuff
believe I
like
did
that all
that.
the time where I'm so committed.
I
And
never
think
do stuff
I'm
like
saying
that,
something
though.
else in my head, but in my mouth, I'm saying completely different things. So
I used to,
yes,
I
I've
used to
been there.
love it when
I forgive you.
a
I
comedian
Why
hate
are you
would
when there's
say,
laughing?
stuff in because you're like I have something in my head and then I have something in my mouth. It's different.
yes,
Funny,
Yes.
doesn't connect.
but in my mouth it's different.
But in my mouth, it's different. The way that is, yes, all of that stuff is happening different in my mouth. Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
Oh my God. I'm going to
Ridiculous.
stop recording.
Okay, I've already stopped.
I'm going to
I
stop
guess I should
recording.
do that too. Thank you guys. Okay, stop.
It sounds like it's going to be it really does sound like an amazing event. It's
gonna be
more of a
amazing.
vacation with a
Yeah.
podcasting
Ooh.
conference. It's a vacation
Yeah.
that has a podcasting element to it. That's what it is.
Yep. That's what
Yes,
I
it
wanted it
is.
to be. exactly
That's
Yeah.
what we want it to be. It might be
and
a
in
little
October-
spiky, John.
I'll do my best.
Sorry.
It's okay. We'll get through it.
I have
What?
to I'm
What?
gonna have to
Spiky?
figure out. Yeah, my audio is peaky, little peaky.
I'll take.
So I'm
care
gonna
of
have to figure because I can't hear my own. I can't hear my own sound
Voice.
level in my ears.
that.
I mean, I
What I'll
can
do is
hear
I'll
my
just
voice,
run it
but
through-
not the actual. I
Yeah, I'll
can't
just
hear
run
the
it
actual.
through-
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I use
So I'm
isotope declip, and it works real well.
okay. All right, I'm gonna do that, and then next time. One of the reasons I was bringing it so close to my mouth is because it actually gets a little bit. Oh, look, Evo, thank you. Nice. I know. Look, Evo says he doesn't even envy your job,
Hey!
John. That's great.
I'll be honest with
Hey,
you,
that's
this
really
this
actually-
was an easy one.
That's really good. This was an
Yeah.
easy recording, Evo.
Thanks,
We have
Evo.
done. We have wrecked his world many times
Thanks,
With-
Evo.
with the things we say and how we don't say. So
That's why I'm so good at picking equipment and stuff and telling people how to record remotely and stuff. Elsie has tested my podcasting muscles plenty of times.
Yup.
yeah, baby. All right. So what are you doing, Jess? Before you go, I want to know what's happening with Scott.
So, oh my God. So this morning I woke up, I started decorating the house because I ordered stuff from Amazon. And then I realized I bought balloons and no way to blow them up. So I had to run out and grab, his grandmother painted a portrait of our house. So I went to go pick that up at Michael's and picked up a helium tank and then came home, blew up the balloons. And now, because we're getting Jewish deli and I could not find one. Meanwhile, I'm in Arizona calling Jewish delis trying to figure out his dinner for tonight. I found
my
a deli that
God.
can do dinner, but they don't deliver. So I have to go to 4th Street in Philadelphia, South 4th Street, heart of Philadelphia, right next to Jim's and whatever that other guy is, cheesesteaks, and pick up his fucking dinner and then drive all the way back.
Wow.
Wait, this all happened
Serenity now.
before we recorded?
No, I have to leave in about an hour to go get to go to Philly.
No kidding.
So I have to
Holy
leave in about an hour
crap,
to go to
dude.
Philly, get his dinner.
That's like
know,
a
and then come
serious.
back.
That's a.
Reminds me
Wow.
when you guys
I
started
know.
Brilliant Observations and you were talking a story about when the doorbell rang and Isaac yelled, "Dinner's here."
Yeah. He used to do that all the
Oh,
time.
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
realizing now that like I don't So and Laura got cake, so she's taking care of that. And yeah, it's been pretty hectic. I have to say I regret a little bit that I traveled right before the birthday. I wish that I was able to go after. But I couldn't this time because I'm taking him away next weekend somewhere. So I had to go. We had to go as soon as possible so we could start, so they could have an idea what the space looked
Yeah.
like. But it's really hard to. I mean, if it wasn't the 50th, you know what I mean? It's got to be the 50th,
Right.
like when I have
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
things to do. So
I hear you.
Yeah.
I did one of those
No, it's
tributes
that-
for him, and like he loved it. Like he was very touched by it. But like Scott is also, he fully admits, like he turned to me at the end of it. And he was like, "That was so touching, and I love this one, that one." He goes, "But don't think for a second that I haven't counted in my mind every person that wasn't on there."
Ooh.
What? Who's the trivia?
Because-
I don't know who the.
Tribute-
Oh, you mean like
Like who didn't send him a
don't
happy
even know
birthday
what that is.
video? It's like when you,
Oh.
yeah, it's like a series of videos telling you happy birthday or my favorite memory of Scott. Or this is what I love
Oh.
about Scott. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and he's like, I knew
Dude.
these people wouldn't do it, and I knew these people wouldn't do it. And I'm like, I think you're focusing on the wrong thing here. Like, you're supposed to,
Yeah.
realize how many people love you. And he
Dude,
was like,
that-
it's fine. It's, that's just
It's like
Scott,
a
though.
funeral. Nobody remembers who went. Everybody remembers who didn't go.
Right.
Kind
Holy
of same
cow.
thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And a wedding,
here's a
too. I don't know
little
why you said funeral.
interesting-
A wedding.
A wedding. Well, maybe. So yeah. I as I'm looking at my camera setup, can you
Mhm.
believe this? There was already a spider web from the pole to the camera.
No way.
God,
Yeah,
that
it's
didn't take
clean.
long. They're fast, aren't they?
I know. They are
Boy,
very
they're
fast. I'll show you. I'm going to move this so that you can see how pretty that whole wall is.
Oh wow,
Isn't
look
that
at that.
nice?
Yeah.
It's a very nice wall. That's where the donuts are. And then this is what's happening here. Nobody's here. All of this stuff is here empty. It's a
Mhm.
nice little place to kind of just chill out. And then pole dancing. Look, if I want to learn pole dancing, that's a pole dancing studio right there. I
Get
can-
out of town.
Learn how to
Oh
do
my God.
poles dancing with long one-twos. They also have silks and those rings. I forgot what they're lira. It's called lira. Yeah.
Any
So,
any
there you have
desire
it.
to do any pole dancing there, Elsie?
Oh, you know, I actually thought about. I'm like that. It's kind of expensive. The classes they're like $25 a pop. It's like,
Mhm.
I hear it's an excellent
but they
workout.
also do. Yeah, I know, and they also do the other kind of. They do the non-pole dancing, but still see dancing. So I might do that. You can do that from home. Have
Yes,
like
you can.
really high heels. So I don't know. Anyway,
Oy,
On that
oy, oy.
note,
we'll just on that note. Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
wish us luck,
Have a good
everyone.
time, Jess.
Thank
Wish you
thank
luck driving to Philly.